This is some horrible C++ code. What it does is it gets private variables and accesses them like they are public, so outside the class. To demonstrate this, I've got a simple class here, very abstract. It just contains a bit of private data and a public constructor, which we call here to create an instance. Just so you know, it's all private. We can't access it at all. Or can we? Well, the first thing you have to realize is that a C++ class is essentially just a bit of memory, which is a list of all its variables and function pointers. So if we know the exact memory address of one of those variables, we can get it regardless of if it's public or private or protected. Those tags are in the end only for the users. The compiler completely ignores them. So to do this, we're going to create an integer here, and we will set it to the class instance. Now, what this is actually doing is it's reinterpreting the class instance such that we get the first 4 bytes of that instance and interpret those as an integer. Since the first 4 bytes are in fact an integer, we'll just get the integer. And you'll see when we output this data, we will in fact get 15 as we put into the constructor. Now, this is also completely possible for other variables which are further into the class, and it is just consecutive in the order you put them in. So if we want to get the char, we have to do something slightly different. We get the char, and then we do this. So we iterate slightly through the class, and we remove that. We fix that all up, and then we can print that out, and we will get h as we put into that constructor. Now, this is all nice and good code, and it works, but it's absolutely horrible. You'd never ever want to use this in your code ever. Why? Because it breaks. If you change this, if I was to put another char in here, whatever I want to call it, it would just break the code. And if you can edit a class to make a private variable public, or the other way around, or whatever, well, you'd logically do that. And if you can't, there's probably a reason why the person who did create this code base doesn't want you to. So in the end, this is really a fun thing, but you'd never want to use it in real life to do any sort of proper coding. It's also, as with many things in C++, absolutely ugly, but it does fulfill a trivial role.